want to touch on UFC for our MMA fans. UFC 313, the big one next week, will be in Las Vegas. You'll be covering it for ESPN, joining me out here in Vegas. I'll be lucky enough to attend this fight with you. But just for the main event, let's give a quick preview. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev, the classic striker versus wrestling matchup. What do you expect in this one?
I expect striking because Ankalaev is a proud guy, and as good a wrestler he is, and he has the edge over Pereira, the kickboxer background, who's just a dangerous striker and kicker too. He was a kickboxer. Ankalaev has the edge. If he could get him to the ground to wrestle, maybe he'll mix that in a little bit. But I think it's going to be a striking match because Ankalaev believes in his striking abilities. He's a southpaw. He'll put up his striking abilities with anybody, and I think that's what he's going to do with Pereira. Even though a lot of people would say that he shouldn't. Again, he doesn't get enough credit for how good a striker Ankalaev is. He's strong. He's a southpaw, as I said. He knows how to close distance with his legs under him without reaching, without leaving himself available to counters. Pereira's thing is he's so dangerous. He's such a great puncher, and he throws a short left hook that's unbelievable. It really is. It's brilliant. And he's got a delivery system. He could do two things, Pereira. He's got good reach. He could keep you at the end of his punches where he gets full extension, and he does that great, where he punishes you at the end of his punches. Or he could let you come in. He could retreat a little bit, let you come in and throw that left hook I just talked about. It's really something. It really is. It's so short. Pop. You don't even see it. And it lands on the chin and knocks guys out. So he can set traps with that. He can keep you at the end of his punches. He's dangerous with his kicks, his leg kicks, his head kicks. He's very athletic. He's very explosive. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I think Ankalaev, believe it or not, having given all those accolades to Pereira, I think Ankalaev's going to be right in there with him. I don't think he's going to make mistakes. Pereira, as I said, part of his dimension is if you make mistakes, he's going to counter you. He's going to hit you with that left hook. Ankalaev doesn't just rush in. He comes in properly, with his legs, behind his jab. I think that Ankalaev knows how to set traps too. I've seen that dimension to him where I can see an opportunity for Ankalaev in two places. One, if he could get Pereira to be a little over-aggressive, because Pereira is the beast right now. He's knocking everyone out. He's the boogeyman. I've been using that phrase with Beterbiev. I touched on a little bit with Tank. He is the boogeyman. And with that stare, that debilitating stare, with everything, and with his power, with obviously his results. So maybe he could get Pereira thinking he's going to go and get rid of this guy, get him to come in a little bit, and set up a counter to catch Pereira giving up his reach, catch him in a trap. Or Pereira does have flaws. Everybody does. He goes straight back on a straight line sometimes. And I could see an opportunity there for a guy like Ankalaev to follow him. But you got to be careful. It's a dangerous follow. It's a dangerous road. Because if you follow him and there's a little space, he's going to counter you. You got to make sure that you do it just right, where you do it tight, where you catch him going back and you're right with him. You're right with him when he's not set to punch and you catch him going back. You can't do that. I think Ankalaev is going to look to do that. I think he's going to have opportunities to do that. At the end of the day, I think it's going to be I think it could be an upset. I know that people are going to go nuts hearing that because Pereira's the boogeyman right now. I get it.
Vegas has this one very close. It's almost a pick 'em. So they're thinking like you are a little bit.
Well, it's always good to hear that Vegas is thinking like Teddy Atlas. That's always a nice thing to hear.